Hello everyone, good morning. As promised, I'm going to be doing the lives on Instagram and on YouTube every single morning, Brazil's time. So now it's 8:30. And then it varies from country to country. So students in Spain will be 4 hours from now. Probably you're at work. Students in UAE, probably they are, 7 hours apart, or in Saudi 6, and it keeps changing from place to place, really. Anyway, right now no one has joined, but it's fine. I will continue, but I'm going to be posting this. So because it's new, I haven't really been telling people about it. So whoever joins, are joining now, and you're welcome to come and watch the live. And later on, because it's an experience, and later on I'm going to be putting it out there, let's say, so everyone knows that the lives are happening, the days and the times. Because literally, I just set I have one viewer who said that he would come. Thank you so much. On WhatsApp, so blessing. Hello, Angela. Welcome to my live, darling. Pleased to meet you. And yes, so as I've said, it's going to be happening on a daily basis. So from Monday to Thursdays, every single day, 15 minutes live on, different topics. And then also the same topic that I'm going to be speaking about, I'm going to be doing that shorts on YouTube and sending it. So if you like to receive it, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. And all right, so today's tip, what I'm going to be talking about is the famous peer pressure. Now, what is a peer pressure? Now, let's just, divide the two words. We have peer and then we have pressure. So peer itself comes from the word to appear, meaning to show, to see something which is visible to your eye, right? So that word for peer, it spells P-E-E-R. That specific word really means the people around you. So you have the peer people, which are the people that you associate with. Okay, they're your clan, let's say your group. It could be people from church. It could be people from the mosque. It could be people from the school that you go to, basically. So that's the idea of having a peer, right? So it's the group that you socialize with. These are your peer. These are your people, a group of people that you socialize with. Or it could be even something so basic and simple like a football team or a football club, a sports club that you like doing, or drinking buddies, coffee people that you... Hello, Prince. Thank you for joining, darling. Someone... a group of people that you socialize with, right? Not only professionally, but it's your culture. Those are your peers. Those are the people around you. So that's peer, to show, to appear. It comes from the word appear. Another one coming. Hello, Academy. Thank you for Y Genius. Thank you for joining as well. Yeah, so that is the peer itself. And then we have pressure. Now, this is the funny thing. Everybody knows what a pressure is, but let's talk about this specifically. Do you know that pressure pan when you're going to make that delicious food, and especially when it's beans? Okay, I love beans. In the UK, in England, people literally eat beans from a can, and they have like sweet beans, let's say baked beans, and you can eat that, and it's, sweet. Not everybody likes it, but it's like that. But other countries, maybe a bit hotter countries, you'd have the... Hello, thank you for coming. Yes, hi. Hello. So the other ones, the baked beans, let's say, it comes in a can. But for other hot countries, or a bit more tropical, you'd put the beans inside of a pressure pan, right? So it's really nice and fresh and delicious, and it's another level. Okay, who really knows what it is. Anyway, so that, what happens to that pressure? It needs to be, once the beans are cooked, it needs to come out. The pressure needs to come out. So that's the idea. peer pressure, it's literally the same thing. I mean, you're going to start doing things that sometimes you're not really comfortable with, or you'd speak about subjects you don't really like just because of the people around you, right? And then you feel that kind of pressure, like, oh, I don't like this culture, I don't like this color, I don't like this food, but you're you're stuck into that kind of group, and socialist group that puts that kind of pressure around you, and you just feel limitless. And then at some point, some people, this is the interesting thing about peer pressure, some people are able to stay many years living that life, and sometimes they're not really happy, and they're able to pass that on, get married to someone who lives that same lifestyle, pass it on to their children, and that turns into a culture, let's say. Oh, another person. Hello, Sully. Thank you for coming, darling. Yeah. So it passes on to your kids, basically, and it turns into a culture, right, where you're just passing on the same traditions, the same way of living, the same mindset, and all these things. So regardless of what country, everybody goes through this. Okay, so peer pressure is extremely normal, because everybody goes through this in every corner of the world, in every country, but it doesn't mean it's a good thing. All right, now a lot of people, they do terrible things to themselves and to others due to peer pressure, right? They feel the necessity of being able to be accepted. Like, for example, I want to be accepted in this group, in this clan, in this... another person. Hello, beautiful Bruna. Yeah, so a person wants to be accepted into this group, into this society. So they end up accepting many things that they don't like, that they don't respect nor appreciate. Right? So it's really sad, honestly. And just like a pressure pan, I was talking about the beans, which is really delicious. Another person. Hello, Angie. Welcome, Angie20. Yeah. So just like the beans on that pressure pan, what happens? It needs to evaporate. The pressure needs to to go out somehow. So a lot of people, this is what happens to them. They take in for such a long time, and they're accepting so many things, and sometimes so depressive. And then sometimes they explode, they go crazy, just like the pan. The pressure needs to come out at some point, right? So that is the dangerous part of peer pressure, because you don't know the person's reaction into that. Right? You don't know if the person's going to react like a bird and start flying off, which is great, and let's go to the sunset and I want freedom. Or the other person could just go mentally insane and do crazy things because this person is unprepared. All right, now I'm going to tell you a little experience of mine from when I was in school, in high school. This was in England, in London, so it wasn't too long ago, but, it's been a few years, maybe, I'm 20, I'm not going to tell you my age. So it's been maybe 12 years since I was in high school. Now, let's talk about culture, right? My mother, she always bought those long-sleeved jackets that looks, especially in the winter. So when I was going to school, this was part of the uniform, of course, to look appealing, to look decent going to school. And she always bought these really beautiful jackets and gloves, and truly I looked like a princess. But I was going to a school where everyone dressing code was like that gangster look. You needed to look cool with the hoodies and the swag and all these things. And of course, I didn't want to be the princess. I just wanted to be like everybody else because I felt out of place. Now, there were many other people who looked like me, especially students from Pakistan. Their parents was the exact same. They wanted them to look smart. Arabs as well. This was so funny. But at the same time, or Indians, a lot of Indians students who came from India and was studying there, they looked really, really appealing, like really sophisticated as well. So I'm guessing that we here in Brazil, we had that same mindset, wanting their kids to look the best and study in England, in London, and with the best type of education, all these things. So I'm guessing this was the parents' mindset at the time. And some other kids, everyday kids, they didn't think that. They just wanted to go to school and enjoy and do whatever they wanted to do and look the exact same way that they wanted to look. And for people like me, and these other backgrounds as well, these are the students from this other background. Hello, Sylvie Stevens. Thank you for joining. She's my cousin. Yeah, so all these other students from these other backgrounds, they felt that kind of, out of place as well. So, the peer pressure started to appear. So what happened at this time was simply so upsetting, because I was too young, so I didn't have a lot of money so I could go and buy my own jacket to school. And as my mother was always buying that, sophisticated looking coat, I thought, well, I need to fit in, because, people are taking the piss. I mean, they're joking around and playing about and making fun of me. So I felt that I had to look in that certain way. So what I did some extra jobs after school, and then I did some cleaning and babysitting, all the things that I could do so I could gather and, collect that little money on my piggy bank, just so I could look that specific way. Now, can you see how bad that is? Right, so finally I got that finance, which I said, okay, now this is really cool. Now I can go and buy that sleeveless black jacket with a hoodie and all these things and the puffy things around. I was like, now I can look cool. Finally, when I bought that, I went to school thinking I was so cool with the girls and all these things. I was like, oh, I fit in. Great. Amazing. And then, I had a very successful day, and I even had cornrows in my hair, and I thought I was looking stunning. Hello, thank you for coming, darling. Welcome. And I thought that I was looking so great with that kind of new look and everything. And I was finally accepted. My classmates was like, oh, girl, you look so cute. Where did you buy it? It looks like my one. Look at the one I bought. So anyway, this was the kind of pressure that I was, oh, thank you, Sylvia. I admire you too, darling. Yes, so this was the kind of pressure that I was going through at this time. So, okay, I finally did it. I finally looked apart. And then after school, I went to, I was still a kid. I went to this great friend of mine and my mother's from church and her workplace. And her boss, he was CEO of Unilever at the time, and he's known me since I was, a little girl. He looked at me, he's like, Helen, what happened to your look? And I said, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Don't you like my new look? The jacket. Oh, hi, welcome back. It was paused a little bit. And then he looked at me, he was like, darling, you look like one of those English sluts. I was like, excuse me? I felt like, I was like, excuse me, what are you talking about? So, no, you've always looked like a beautiful princess and sophisticated. What is this look? Now you look like all the other girls. This is terrible. And at that moment, I said, oh my God, I've worked so hard to look just like everybody else. And look at this. This is terrible. How can I live this way now? So, yes, darling, sometimes peer pressure can turn, can distinguish the way you're going to look, basically, can distinguish the way you're going to speak, because sometimes you just want to fit in. So don't forget that the word peer itself comes from the word appear, to show, to be visible. And pressure, we spoke about the pressure pan and the beans and how it works, right? Anyway, guys, I hope that this has helped you and your knowledge when it comes to peer pressure. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Have a good day, and I'll be with you tomorrow with another live. Bye bye. Take care.